I'm Tyana Wills, and I'm here with the owner of Daddy's Kitchen, Tony Wills. What made you change the name from Big Daddy's to Daddy's Kitchen?
Well, first, I appreciate the opportunity to do the interview. I think it's truly an honor to have someone as yourself inquire and want to know, as far as how it is owning your own business and dealing with someone that has had a business or in that field. So, with that being said, I started out, it's been 20 years. And I was 19 when I started with my father. Everybody knows Big Daddy's. Big, well-known restaurant, tons of people eating there. And, once father passed, it was up to me to continue and keep it going. So I didn't want to really mess with his name that he already had put out there. I felt like more than enough people knew who I was. But now, when I changed the name, it was, more for me to be able to step out there and have my own brand. But I make sure everybody know that I'm here where I'm at because of Big Daddy's. Without him, there is no Daddy's Kitchen. I learned a great deal from him, greatly appreciative of everything he gave me. I knew how to cook basic stuff. I've always liked cooking, but never in depth, and haven't learned the things that I learned without him. So it was more so, again, just to answer your question, it was more so on just the fact that I wanted to have my own identity. All right, my ideal employee would be someone that's just like myself. As my father had mentioned about, I couldn't go and open up another restaurant unless I was able to get someone that could duplicate me. So it's almost like you need a clone. They got the same qualities and characteristics of which I have when it comes to, caring about your food, definitely having a passion for it, being able to understand and knowing how to deal with employees, understanding customers, understanding how customers are always right. So they got to be able to do everything that I do. So that would be my ideal employee, especially if I ever wanted to franchise or expand. Yeah, that would pretty much be it.
Did you ever have an employee somewhere near that, like someone you thought you could go mobile with, like move around with?
Yeah, I had one. He actually started with me from day one. When I started, it was funny on my own anyway. And I remember him. He used to work for my father, and a partner of mine got me, connected me with a gentleman. And he was like, "Man, all I ever did for your dad was clean up." He was like, "I never cooked." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "All right." I said, "Well, just follow me." I said, "I got you." I said, "For the most part, I'm gonna do a lot of the cooking because it's just us two. I'm the only one that know." So he was like, "Okay, fine, cool." So this guy would get up early in the morning. When I got up early in the morning, he made it to work every single day. Wasn't late, and he came in, and we started off. I said, First thing I'm gonna show you, because it'll help me out. I'm gonna show you how to prep, and um, show the guy how to prep. Start off how to do the chicken, how to season it, what seasonings we use, and the whole nine." And he went from prepping. He would prep. While he prepped, I was cooking all the side items and everything, getting everything ready for that day, because he didn't know how to do none of that. So I had to do my own mac and cheese, my collard greens, candy yams, cabbage, corn and broccoli. All that I had to do myself. while he prepped up. And then, of course, since we cook as people order, the meats, the chicken and stuff like that was always cooked fresh. We never cooked it and had it sitting under a light like a lot of these other places. That's what makes us so unique and different. And man, he used to prep, and then when he finished prepping, he would come over and he would help me out. You know, but while he was prepping, I had to do all the orders myself. I had to do everything. I did it, and like I said, the more he got finished, when he got finished, he came over, and I still one day we laughed about it. I said, "Man, remember when you started with me? You said, oh, you never cooked before." I was like, "Look at you now." And he was like, "Yeah." I said, you remember that one time you told me you don't want to mess with the grill? You was gonna leave me on the grill." Like he was scared to come and cook on the grill. He was like, "I don't know, I ain't ready for all that, man." So I had to teach him how to hold the spatula, cook on the grill, everything. And next thing you know, before you know it, he was able to do everything that I was doing. To even to the point where our first Thanksgiving, he was cooking for his family. So,
Do you ever, speaking of family, do you ever see your business being solely about family?
as far as if I want to have a bunch of relatives, no, I don't. It's sad but what I've discovered from watching my father, um, when you get relatives and family members, everybody don't understand the business side of it, and it begins to put a strain on the family. And what I mean by that is, they feel as though because they family, they don't have to come on time. They can come to work, whatever, or while they at work, they can just sit back and chill and do anything if there's no customers or whatever. Well, you still have a whole business to run, and you have an upkeep of the business, so business got to be clean. So you have a bunch of family members, and everybody want to sit back. Who's gonna clean? The prepping, the whole nine. It's a process, and it's not easy. So, um, no, no family members. But I will create, and which I work hard to do with my employees, is create a family atmosphere. At my last location we had, at times you would think that everybody was related because of the relationship and how we all was able to work together.
Speaking of you not wanting family and you and like in your restaurant, what made you hire one of your little sisters?
Well, because just like Dad taught me, I gotta pass it to somebody. You know, I have my son as well, but and I've never pushed cooking on him, so it was crazy that he even wanted to do cooking, but he wanted to do cultures that we don't understand or know how to cook for. That's what he wanted to do. I was like, man, that's crazy because it ties hand in hand of what I want to do. So if I'm able to branch out, I'll have here my son who, will go to school and be this master chef that knows how to do all these different cultural dishes. So now he brings that over to Daddy's Kitchen, you know. And so it's just as time go on, things change, and people get more and more knowledge about different things. So it's good to see at the end of the tunnel, even other little, well, not little, but any other people, as far as my son, or like you said, the gentleman who I started out with at the very beginning, giving them opportunities to continue to let it grow, continue to touch.
Being that you own your own restaurant behind, well, around your father, um, do you ever take time out to like bring his side of the family down to Virginia?
Well, as far as visiting and coming,
Hmm.
well, one thing about our family is everybody love getting together. So, they'll get together and ride up here. They have all came and ate and sat down at the restaurant, you know. They supported me a great deal for every location I had. So yeah, family's invited.
um, what do you think will happen in the next 10 years, considering in 3 years you see yourself getting that?
What I hope happened?
In the next 10 years?
10 years is a long time. I would like to be able to have more than one location by then. 10 years, I would say if I um, waited on the average of 2.5 in between each, I think in 10 years I could have me a few places.
Considering that your dad went to Florida and decided to open up a club, do you see yourself doing anything near the club work?
Nah, I want to just do food. I don't want to get into the club and stuff. My last location, I kind of lucked up where we had a situation where we had the ABC license and was able to do alcohol and things of that nature. But I'm not big with all that. I really just want to do the food.
Um, Knowing of your dad and how he met other celebrities, have you ever met any, or do you wish to meet any in particular?
Yes, I have met a few, even with my father. Um, that is another avenue or groundwork that he has laid out. He's opened that door. So I have met a few. Rich Homie Quan, cook for him. Um, who else? Let me see. I can think off the top of my head. Kara's one, which someone your age probably have no clue who he is, but um, definitely Kara's one. Let's see, Lil Boosie. Yeah, So yeah, it's like I said, the foundation and the map is laid out there. The road is there. It's just what I do when I go down that road. Am I veering off to the left, to the right? Am I supposed to keep it straight? So that's when you gotta ask and pray for guidance.
Do you ever see yourself getting so far down the road and then a disaster happens, like something happens to your restaurant or something? Do you ever think of a future plan to handle something like that?
Yeah, you have to, because anything can happen, like you said, whether it's storm wise with tornadoes or what have you, hurricanes, um, anything. So you have to be prepared for such events. That's why they have you taking out insurance and things of that nature with the business. So in case it does, you just not all the way lost. You may be out of commission for a little while, but once you get all the money and everything, then you can actually go ahead and reopen it back up.
What made you move from the club environment of I believe that was your first restaurant?
Hmm. Absolutely. Um, I had just graduated college, um, and I had an opportunity to start doing some food. Yes, it was inside of a club, but we opened during the day for people that had lunch. When they had the night events, unless it was something special where I had to feed some kind of entertainer, I always had left. I've seen my dad just have a ball and doing it, so I guess I'm kind of getting a little old and burnt out on it.
Um, what are you doing now as far as like making money wise to open your next business?
um, Catering. I'm also working. I haven't told you, but working with cooking for the elderly. It's called First Colonial Inn. They have apartment homes where the elderly stay, two full kitchens, and so between that and the catering, that's what I'm doing. And I'm getting ready for a food truck.
Okay. Um, Considering that your stepmom is on her way home, do you see yourself going into business with her considering she helped your father? so much?
Oh, definitely. She's a great asset, the piece that I'm missing right now. Very intelligent. She has a lot of the book stuff down pat. She grow. I have watched her grown into that, being able to do it. Um, and then her knowledge from being in the game so long and understanding. It's probably some things I forgot that she can say, Tom, why not do this or do that? Remember, your dad did this, did that. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm excited about it.
Back to the fact that you have once hired someone that used to work for your father. Have you hired anybody else that used to work for him that didn't work out as well as the others?
Yeah, a couple people. But with this business, it's a high turnover rate. And that can happen. Now, what I did learn is proper planning. You can't really go wrong, you know. So that's whether it be getting something ready the night before or right after the store closed, what have you. Um, it's proper planning that comes into play.
Um, Considering when you started, you were started as, Big Daddy's son, you already had enough outing to make your business happen. If Do you think you could have been as successful if you started with no knowledge, nobody knowing you?
Um, I won't say that you can't. Anything's possible with the right of guidance, hard work, and dedication. Yeah. I was fortunate enough to have that kick and jump start. The knowledge I had gained through my father on what to do and how to go about opening it, end up trumping everything else. Because once I got it open, or I get a location open, as they say, game over. Because, I know what to do. I'm learning now.
um, During your years of experience, before you started doing that, what were you doing before you started working with your father?
Mm.
What direction were you going in?
I didn't know. I know I went to school, to get some info as far as entrepreneur, business and things of that nature. But um, that's tough. I don't know. It's really hard to say. Um, I don't know. That's a very good question. Very good question. Very good question. But wait, hold on.
You think you know?
I think I might. I think I might. I think I might. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I got a few things in my head, but
During okay, During your training with your father, you say you started at 19. During your training, going into your 20s, did you get another job? Like, did you do something else other than cooking, or was your mindset on cooking?
well, yeah, it was. I did a lot. I did a few other little jobs. Truck driving, CNA. I've done a lot, a whole lot. And a lot of it's because I didn't know which route I was going to go. But once I got to school and took the classes and things of that nature, I was like, okay, well, I hope to open up a restaurant, but how am I going to go about doing it? Um, and like I said, I was blessed and fortunate enough to have something open up for me. But I also know that, if I was to say for you or anyone else that wants to open a business, um, number one is going to be you need to make sure you truly understand what you're opening. Understand your competition. Location. Where you're located at is very vital. Understanding and knowing their peak times. When there's a lot of traffic come through that area, when it doesn't. Um, Also understanding and knowing that it takes money to run a business. You know, you can't just go downtown and say, "Hey, I want to open this business." You know, you need your building. You need to know what your expense is going to be. As far as for me, it will be food costs and things of that nature, and what's going to cost me to have employees. How much I want to pay these employees. You know, because you got to be within the laws. But at the same time, you can't give all your money away because then you have no way for your store to continue to run.
During before your parents went away and before everything happened, did you see yourself taking over your father's business once he was done with doing the restaurant thing and wanted to retire? Or did you see yourself merging with him and working with him to grow a bigger
Well, we
business?
had talked about merging and doing it together. Um, so I was really looking forward to that. Um, he gave me a few different ideas and talked about different things to do. Um, but I really, I don't know. It's rough. It just it make you think back a little bit, you know, to all our conversations and things of that nature. So it kind of can hit you a little bit.
Reminiscent.
Yeah, yeah, you know, it's just and I'm like, man, he told me so much, you know. So yeah, it's rough.
Well, thank you for taking this interview with me. Like I
Okay.
said, I'm Tyana from Kempsville. Thank you, Mr. Wills.
No, thank you, Tyana. It's a pleasure, and I appreciate it. You know, I said towards the end, it gets a little touchy, a little emotional. Went through a lot, but I'm truly blessed to be where I'm at. And I'm very thankful for him, and I'm thankful for you for this opportunity. And I wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right.